All right, so what's good, y'all? Thank y'all for coming back. All right, so today I got a requested topic by Snapper. They sent me this video that is the thumbnail says bottom shaming, but it's titled "The Discursive Work of Bottom Shaming." All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I can tell this was gonna be pretty good. All right, let's go.
Bottom shaming is a whole thing. Like, people are scared to be like, I'm a bottom. Why do you think that is?
Because they don't want to be labelled, and they think, because I'm a bottom, everyone's gonna judge me. But no, live your truth and
Judge
be
for
you.
what? Like, why?
Because they'll probably go, oh, he's ran through.
Run through by who?
Where?
But also as well, just because you're a bottom, how does that mean that you're run through? Because all that means is that that's your preference when you're having sex. How can that mean you're run through if that's just what your preference is?
Bottom shaming is something that some gay men partake in to make them feel better about themselves.
Okay, so first let me tell y'all just to say what they just said. It is true, but it's because bottoms be thirsty. And I don't think that men realize that we're all thirsty for different reasons, especially because being a part of the LGBT community, you were suppressed probably through high school or whatever. So by the time you was able to start exploring your sexuality, yes, you were thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like a big kid in a candy store. So then you just try to all the candies because you feel like you've missed out on so much time in life, etc. So if as a top, it's not frowned upon to be thirsty, smash a bunch of dudes because straight dudes do the same thing with women. But when it comes to men receiving penetration and being thirsty at the same time, it goes to the same as women. If you're thirsty to be penetrated a lot by different dudes, then yeah, you'll be considered that. And another reason why y'all didn't do a good service for yourself when y'all be on these apps and these bottoms be on there like on Jack and Grinder, and they'll say like they're a bottom on the profile, and then they'll have like some slutty shit at the end like dump queen or something like throat goat or whatever. Like, no, you're also kind of presenting that you're just for sex. So that's another thing. If you're not trying to get in a relationship as a bottom and you're just out here having fun, yeah, you'll be considered a hoe, you know what I'm saying, or lose. So yeah, let's continue.
Bottom shaming can come from a mix of societal pressures, internalized stigma, or even personal insecurities. Some people might feel the need to assert their masculinity or dominance, which can lead to negative attitudes towards those who bottom. Anything that is thought to emulate the behavior of women, even in sex, is frowned upon by men. Being the receptive partner in anal sex between two men and owning that you derive your pleasure from it often leads to raised eyebrows. In fact, being a bottom is mirrored in shame and ridicule. Really important for everyone to feel accepted and not judged for their.
By the way, I just want to say real quick to this YouTuber or this content creator that your content is dope, bro. The way that you have it going and everything, I rock with you. All right, so keep going. Yeah.
Prefaces. But let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dr. Dante, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you guys can see by the title today, we are talking about bottom child, and I'm not quite sure on what I'm going to name this video, but it's going to have something to do with bottom shaming for sure. Now, if you are new here, hey, my name is Dr. Dante. I love to come on here and talk things gay. I just recently got into doing deep dives or whatever on people who we've known in the past and probably had disappeared. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so support. I really appreciate that. I just recently created another YouTube channel, you guys, where I'll be posting my personal life on there or whatever, and I'll put the link and everything down below if you want to just show your love and support for that channel. I really appreciate that. Now, when it comes to bottoming, we have to give the definition because it doesn't matter what I talk about. Some of y'all still don't be knowing like the definition of stuff, so I'm going to tell you. So basically, a bottom is someone who typically prefers to be the receptive partner during sexual intercourse. So they like to take the that's what they like to do. Just to kind of give you guys my personal insight when it comes to bottom shaming, because I'm someone who bottoms, who doesn't fit the image of being the stereotype of being a bottom, right?
But you do. Just to tell you, you do fit the stereotype. No offense, but you do.
The typical stereotype when it comes to being a bottom is you being feminine. Maybe you like to wear hair or whatever the case may be, or whatever. Basically, just the whole perception of just being feminine, right? A lot of gay men, a lot of people that's not even in our world like to go ahead and put you in a box of you being a bottom. when that's not always the case. Kind of give you guys my personal insight. I've been in situations where I'll be getting to know guys, y'all, and like once they find out I'm a bottom, it's like a huge turnoff for them. You know, it's just a lot because of the way I look. Uh, the way my body physique is set, sometimes a lot of guys be confused because like you got all that down there, or you look a certain way, but you a bottom. Like how that work? Although I'm not mad at that. I mean, because I used to be the same way. But I feel like we live in a new time now, y'all, and I feel like a lot of people need to get out of that mindset that they feel like just because a guy is feminine that they're just automatically a bottom, and just because
So I know that y'all want us to get out of that time, but that time is not a time. That's a mindset, and it's a statistic. Okay, so when y'all say we need to get out of this, in this time or times are changing or whatever, people in society acknowledge the time changing, not you as a personal person wanting it to be different. That means that you just want for it to be different, but that doesn't mean that times have changed if times have not become more accepting to it. You know when times have changed because the society shows it and proves it. We know times change to where gay people are more accepted because you can tell. We're all over the movies, shows, all that. Like, we're more accepted. We're not getting kicked out in mass like they was a long time ago and everything for coming out. So that's how you know when the society and the culture and the majority co-signs on something. That's when it's a change of time, not because you want the time to change. I just want to correct that. All right.
a dude is masculine is automatically a top. That's not the way shit works nowadays. Everybody is their own person now, and you literally got to ask what position they are because you will be shocked when they tell you. I feel like it's a lot of stereotypes that come into this, and it's a stigma behind being a bottom as well. And I feel like that's the reason as to why a lot of us bottoms get a lot of shame for it. And it's crazy because I feel like being a bottom, the world, we make the world go round and round, and that's just my personal opinion. I do want to get into some tweets though, y'all. One guy said, finding out your top be bottoming is top 5 worst things in the world. Somebody also said, when y'all say it's a shortage of tops, do y'all mean it's a shortage of tops that fulfill the fantasy of a straight dude or what? Because there's plenty of tops. They just fold, Jay said, do drag, twist a little bit, set girl when they're talking, etc. Where y'all looking? Somebody also said it's really not a shortage on tops. Y'all just only look for them in masculine men. And another guy said, bottom shaming coming from a bottom is just stupid as fuck. Why will a bottom say he is breaking up with his top boyfriend because he bottomed for someone and not because he cheated? So as you guys can see by those tweets, clearly it's a stigma when it comes to being a bottom and this, just being in the gay world. And I feel like when it comes to bottom shaming, I don't want to just say it's just the black community, the black gay community who do this, because it's some white boys that has came out and also expressed how they've experienced bottom shaming as well. So I feel like this issue is just a typical gay issue. The stigma that comes behind being a bottom and things of that sort, I did come up with 3 things or whatever. So we're going to talk about the HIV risk. I want to cover the stereotypes when it comes to just being a bottom. I kind of addressed that. We're going to kind of dive deeper into that, and I want to get into the shortage of tops, right? So the first things first we're going to talk about is HIV risk. So bottom and top occurred a new significance during the 1970s and 1980s. These categories became particularly entrenched during and after the AIDS crisis, is when there were anxieties about certain practices being more risky. Bottoming was considered a much riskier practice than topping. Many individuals disavow bottoming entirely in order to identify as a top and therefore be
I am loving this flow in this history lesson, bro. Yes.
relatively safer during the crisis. The logical outcome of this is that you had people identifying as bottoms as a counterpoint. So that kind of HIV/AIDS risk discourse really helped to crystallize top and bottom as identity. According to HIVinfo.gov, receptive anal sex, also known as bottoming, is the riskiest sexual activity for contracting HIV. The risk of HIV from bottoming is about 1% per exposure without a condom or PrEP. So, with all of this HIV talk, I'm not doing this to scare any bottoms away because clearly I'm a bottom, but I feel like I have to include HIV to this conversation because I feel like it's a stigma when it comes to bottom shaming. I was even shocked when I heard that bottoms are like, we are like the higher risk when it comes to catching something, right? And it's crazy because I've just felt like it was equal. Like, tops, they experience the same things we do. But apparently, due to doing my research or whatever, it's a higher risk for bottoms than tops. That's something that I just recently learned. I didn't know anything about until I did my research on it. But yeah, just make sure you're wrapping yourself up or whatever. Whether you out there fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry, practice safe sex. It's just a must. People were clowning me the other day when I did a video and I was talking about how I demand a my chart. I just have to see it because these dudes be lying nowadays. It's ridiculous. We're not even going to, but I feel like that's another conversation for another day. When it comes to stereotypes, I feel like with us gay men having a stereotype on another gay man, it's even worse because it's just like we already deal with the stereotypes enough within the heteronormative world because you even have girls who be shocked when they hear that a dude is gay because they have in their brains that the only way you can tell if a dude is gay is based off of him just wearing, just being a feminine man. And that's not always the case. And they always seem to get shocked when they find out that a masculine man is also gay or bisexual, whatever the case may be. And I feel like with us gay men, we have to cut that stereotypical shit out when it comes to positions because all you have to do is just ask. And if you're not interested in that position or if you feel like that's not compatible for you, instead of bad mouthing them or whatever or trying to insult them with calling them a bottom, I feel like just let it go. Like just move on. There's plenty of men out there who would be compatible with you in terms of position goals. So I feel like that gotta go. And the main stereotype that I just kind of
I do agree with that. Y'all getting upset at masculine dudes that are bottoms, calling them, like trying to basically do the same thing that people do to y'all. That's lame. That's unexplainable. So yeah.
wanted to talk about is the assumption of being a bottom because you are feminine. And I was just kind of expressing how I feel like femtops don't get enough respect. Because it's basically speaking off of my personal experience, y'all. Once you go there, I'm not saying you won't go back, but just try it the fuck out. If you're a bottom, and it's like some bottoms who don't want a girl on a bag, they don't want a dude that's still.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like y'all should try it because it makes sense, and you cannot keep expecting people to be attracted to you if you're not gonna be giving yourself a chance. And that's it. That's essentially giving yourself a chance when you give another feminine guy a chance if that's your case. You know what I'm saying? Instead of always considering them sister or you just not attracted, you're doing the same thing that he just said in the beginning of this video when he said he feels like times need to be changed. That's the same thing. Y'all are reiterating the same masculinity stereotypes even though y'all claim they don't work for you and in other ways, but the ways that it does work for you, you want to still reiterate them. You gotta check that. All right, straight up.
Feminine behind their back. And I get it. It's a lot of discourse online where it's some gay men that feel like you're missing out because you're only they feel like it's wrong because you only like masculine dudes, and I personally feel like it's not wrong. People gonna like what they like whether people like it or not. And fortunately in this society, in our gay society, masculine men are the most praised and they are the first ones we go to in terms of what we like. And the last thing,
We are most desired. That is another reason why I think that y'all get the stereotype for being passed around by guys like me, and I have to check myself how I say it sometimes because I have come off a little too abrasive or blunt about it. So I apologize, but I've never been bottom shaming. It's just I do not like loose dudes and dudes who don't have self esteem. I don't like people who give their body up easily and frivolously as a receiver of penetration. I just don't like sluts, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's not a bottom thing, it's a slut thing. All right, just to clear that up. But because, yes, we are top tier, we do get to choose any of y'all. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's been very rare. I have actually can't recall not being able to smash any bottom that I've ever wanted to smash. I cannot recall any bottom I couldn't smash, bro. It was always like a verse dude that was more of a challenge, like a verse top or something. Like it was if they said bottom, I automatically knew I could hit. You know, so just to say that.
Thing I want to talk about is the shortage of tops.
Nah, but this is so true though. Like I cannot tell you how many times I'll be like on a dating app like Tinder or something and I'm just swiping through. And even when you run into a guy who just looks like a top, like we're talking, the dude is like 6'4", built like a tank, like a linebacker. And then you click on like the details on his profile, like what he wrote in. And usually there's a line there that is like, for compatibility, bottom here. And I'm just like, give it a fucking rest.
Facts, y'all. Hey, I'm not gonna cap. I've climbed so many trees, like, and they be having some of the best cakes because nobody be trying to go back there. Dudes that's tall and dudes that got big peen, I noticed, like, they be having the best cakes because nobody wants to. Every time they always want to get dominated by them, so they never can come across people who want to dominate them. I guess I'm rare. I did not know I was that rare, but I've heard about this plenty of times, like, and that is another reason why I be saying in certain statements that, you know, tops can get away with certain stuff because there's just so few of us, when we could just choose the higher picks in the bottom category as opposed to, you know, like bottoms, you know, like. So, and then it's like their reaction is always the same. Versatile dudes, bottoms, they always get so upset about that, and it's just like, I'm like, why come y'all not as well as masculine so that y'all can compete with them, because they taking all y'all's niggas, bro. Like all the verse dudes, all the masculine verse tops, and all the like tops that decide to get smashed, or all the straight dudes that get curious to want to bottom, they all take y'all's niggas because, like, once we get to realize that, oh my God, these feminine dudes is like, that's just one section. I got all the options. Like, I can get the niggas more masculine than me, niggas taller than me, bigger than me, everything, just because I'm masculine. Like, regardless of what scale, it is what it is. And so I'm like, what? You realize that, and I'm trying to tell you, you feel so confident as a top. It is so rewarding, you know? So, and I'm a natural top. I'm not saying this just to say this because I want y'all to try to be like me. You can't be what you're not, okay? I have tried that shit on the bottom inside. It's not for me, okay? I don't think about it. I never have. All the stuff that people be talking about. You know what you are, what you have dreams about, what you fantasize about, what you think about. Like, it's always internal without anybody else. That's how you know what you really are. Because I never craved penis. I've never wanted to suck penis, nothing. Like, it just does not do it for me. But for some reason, male cakes and everything, man, but that's another story. However, yeah, this is facts.
Everybody wants to be a girl. Nobody wants to be a boy.
All right, who am I here with?
Gator Bob.
Are you a top or bottom?
I'd like to be a top, but you know, at my age, you gotta get what you can get.
Gotcha. Oh, do you think other people would guess that? If they saw a picture of you, would you think they would guess?
No, everyone would think I'm like a macho, big top guy, but you know.
Can I take a picture? So people can guess.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're here with
Rodney.
Are you a top or bottom?
Okay, I was born a bottom, but living in Fort Lauderdale, I had to become versatile because there's a lot of bottoms here.
Okay, so we have a sort of tops here, basically.
Right.
So based off of this picture, do you think they're a top or bottom?
Hold on just a second, well, a top.
You're right. What makes you think that?
Because that green shirt.
Period.
Now, when it comes to this, I don't know if y'all ever heard it. I don't know if y'all ever seen that meme of Kaya when she was like, if everybody gonna be the girl, who gonna be the boy?
Everybody want to be a girl. Who gonna be the boys? I keep saying that. That's the whole purpose of being gay, because you like boys. Everybody can't be the girl. You attracted to men, so where the fuck, if all the men disappear, what you gonna do? That don't even make no sense to me. Everybody can't be fish now.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of our favorite gay porn stars, come out in the scene being full blown tops, and now you seeing out now you see them on your timeline getting pounded.
Yeah.
Like it's just times just change. I don't know, like everything is just changed, and a lot of people want to just try stuff out.
Everybody wants to conquer the masculinity because y'all are not a chase. I'm sorry, like I think that's probably where y'all be thinking I be don't like y'all at, but I'm just putting y'all on game, bro. Like that's not attractive. It's not a chase. It's something that we know we can have from the jump. The bottom and the feminine part mixed together. Like, cause even if you masculine and then you still easy, well, you might get more play, but you'll still be loose though, cause you're gonna get blown out way more. But it's like the point is to be something that is not attainable. So like that's why all the like tops be getting paid the bottom because they want to get that. That is so more intriguing. It's so more like enticing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I think that impressionable dudes that like or kind of like really softer or yes, most dudes. I think that most gay dudes are gay because they like penis. I've had to accept that because I was trying to figure that out for a while. Like, why is there so many bottoms? But I think it's because, like, that's why girls assume that, every gay dude has taken dick. Because I'm like, why come y'all think every gay dude take, or every, bisexual dude take meat? And I'm like, why y'all think that? But now I know because, like, that's not my perception. See, my reality is different from most. I'm starting to realize. So that's why they see it like that, and that's because that is more of a fact too. Most gays are in it for the penis part, for the male penis part. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I don't like, because if I didn't like penis, then I could not do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with penis. That's my thing. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I don't know how else to say it. All right. But, yeah, let's continue real quick because he's hitting on some good ones. This is a good video.
Out, girl, it's hot in this room. Lord have mercy. But a lot of these dudes just want to try stuff out, and there's nothing wrong with it. I personally feel like I had the best ping from dudes who were either verse or just femtops. No shade. Like, they be doing better than the masculine dudes, but that's another conversation for another day. But as far as the shortage of the tops, though, I feel like sometimes location could play a part, because a lot of us, we probably stay in like a little small town. We probably stay in a place where it's not big. Like, you have places like Texas, Atlanta, places like that are really big. We have North Carolina that's kind of growing too. That's where I'm at. But it's just sometimes when we stay in like little areas where we may not run into a lot of we may run into more bottoms than tops. So that's why a lot of us gay men may feel like it's a shortage when it comes to tops or whatever. And just to kind of give you guys a mini story time, I'll never forget back in 2019 when I was friends with this gay boy or whatever, and apparently we stayed in the same city.
I just realized that one thing he said, dude, got some truth to it because I never realized that. But I am from a smaller town, and there's mostly like I feel like there was a lot of tops where I was from, but when you go to a big city, there's a lot of bottoms. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that. There might be some truth in that.
And he just happened to be a bottom too. And he was on the grinder apps. I was on the grinder apps at the time, and we had this conversation on the phone one time. And y'all, literally, I felt so disgusted, and I felt so like, ugh. But literally, y'all, every single dude that he slept with in my city, I done something with them too. And I was just like, this is a small world. Like, this is crazy. But I just kind of feel like that's like a perfect example of, the whole saying of it's a shortage on tops. So,
and that's it right there. He just said it. Y'all, we talk like that too. We show each other y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, because I know me personally with bro, my best friend, he's a top. And we actually going to do a video soon, so stay tuned for that. But I'll show this nigga like, hey, bro, did you this one? And if he says any kind of yes or anything like that, like, I'm immediately like, okay, I'm not hitting. But if he wanted to hit something after me and it was just a thing, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them. I'm only territorial for my actual person, not nobody I've been with previously. Previous exes and shit, nigga, free for all. I don't care. But when it comes to my nigga, I'm gonna cut. You feel me? But hey, that is very much facts, y'all. And when we be running it down and we be realizing that all y'all be out here just busting it wide open, boy, that changed the perception as well. All right.
With this conversation, I did kind of cover on the things that I kind of wanted to talk about. Just with giving my personal insight and just telling you guys a couple of the stigmas that comes behind bottom shaming. Because at the end of the day, y'all, we are gay. So it's just like, we got to stop putting restrictions and rules on every single thing. Like, let's just vibe. But I understand some people just have a type and they get turned off easily. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I did find some videos, you guys, that we're going to react to pertaining to this whole bottom shaming thing. So let's get into it.
Has anyone here ever been kind of bottom shamed?
This just recently happened because I feel like I have a tighter sphincter than most.
Oh, right now we tight. A balloon knot.
But I don't know. I'm attracted to big dick energy. But I feel like because I'm a little tighter than some, I feel like when I'm messing with men who like are a little bit bigger, they're like a little bit rougher, and they're like impatient. They're not really like delicate, and they're like, you're too tight, or you need to do this before you come here. Like you need to really take your own responsibility for.
Dang, I did not realize how rare I was there as well, because other dudes, like when they try to like smash something, they be trying to go in. Like you could tell that they're used to loose dudes, like, because I takes my time. Like I love doing that. Like that shit is how I know, like, yeah, like this shit finna be fire, bro. Like on everything. When you that nigga tight, bro. Oh man. So it's like I get harder. Like my shit get harder. Like I be like, oh my God. But like I notice like other tops when we be talking, like even bro told me like he don't like having to put all that work in. He be like, I just like that shit be pushing back on my dick and hurting and shit. And I'm like, what? Like that shit feel good to me. So I mean everybody different. So I guess most of y'all are coming across the most thought tops. So like these thought tops that's used to busting in shit that's loose on a random regular go. So they're not used to taking their time. I guess that comes from having to be like somebody who had intention to like date them or whatever, because that's like usually be my case. Or no, not necessarily. Now it's not like, or now or lately it wasn't. But a long time ago, it was like the intention to date them and cuff them. So that's why I was taking my time. But like after a while, it was more like I just knew how to do it the right way. So I think that they're not learning correctly, and they're learning off of loose dudes. So they just think they can go straight to Pound Town. That's what I'm feeling like.
All kinds of weird, like real weird stuff that I've dated with men who will say shit like that. And I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like, let's be patient. How about you want to learn my body? How about you work it out of me? How about, I don't need a trainer, but it would be nice. Like, it, you know, I feel like that's hot to me.
And for a long time, I've also experienced that too, but I would only experience that with dudes who were on the down low. Like, I don't know if they were just too comfortable.
And see, that's why y'all gotta choose better too. If y'all trying to like, okay, look, y'all gotta understand the specific types of dudes in different categories for different actions. Dudes that are gonna take their time with you are gonna have intention with you. They're gonna care about something about you, which means that y'all probably, you know, did not have sex on the first exact day when y'all met in life. Excuse that, but that means that y'all probably did not hook up and have sex on the first day that y'all met in life, because if so, then he would never have to have taken his time with you. I mean, let's be real. Unless you're doing, and if you are doing that with niggas, that stop doing that. Like, learn to have a standard in what kind of dude you're looking for and what kind of dude you go for, instead of just settling for any dude that passes looks and masculinity and big D size. Like, choose upon other things, bro. Like, That's what I mean by the class and stuff. That's gonna get you more respect. This is like easy, low vibrational, too accessible, and it's not like
with doing stuff with women, so like they kind of felt like they can just ram themselves into me. Not saying that women don't like that either, but I do feel.
And women too. Women are easier to get into, but you still gotta work your way in women a little bit too. So that's not an excuse.
Like a vagina and an asshole is two different things. So it's a lot more work and patience when it comes to doing something with a booty hole. And I didn't like how some of them would be so impatient with me or whatever, trying to ram themselves into me. I used to hate it so much. That was like one of the reasons why I had to stop dealing with them, because oh my gosh, like boy, you're not gonna keep ramming at me. Some dudes feel like spit is enough. Like, oh God, no. It's poor. But I definitely get him on that. And another thing I feel like people don't really talk about enough when it comes to bottom shaming is actual like bottom shaming. Like you shaming a bottom because he probably had accidentally made an accident on you. As a top, this is what I gotta say. As a top, because I've topped before too, but as a top, you have to know that's bound to happen. It doesn't matter how many fiber pills you take. It doesn't matter how much water you drink. It doesn't matter how much fasting you do before you do what you do with this dude. It's a possibility that shit can somehow happen. So,
and especially if you're a certain size, we learn like, okay, like there might bleed on you. I mean, let's just be real here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you might smell copper. It's rare, but especially if you have a certain size, you need to know that you are bound to make niggas have accidents, and it's okay. You are going into a hole you're going into a butt. You know what it is, so there's no reason to be like so grossed out. I've never been one of them. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like as a top, you should have that mindset with going inside of a booty hole, because baby, what else come out of there? And it's just like, I understand.
And I feel like it make like when you be cool about it, don't embarrass him. Let him go ahead, clean off, and come back. Bring the towel, or you get up and go, because I get up and go clean. If that shit ever happens, I get up and go clean my shit in the sink too. And then y'all go ahead and go back and get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that turn you off. Like, for real. It happens, literally.
And y'all don't like that or whatever, and we plan this and this and that and third. Baby, it's been times where I would like plan everything down to a damn T and shit will still happen. So it's just like, bottoms, if you bottom, make sure you with somebody who is patient and that's understandable and that get it. Because some of these toxic pissing me off when they just act so crazy. Thank God I never really ran into those kind of talks, but I have run into the ones where he was talking about how they're just like impatient with him and not taking their time and not really getting to know their body. But I feel like when it comes to that conversation though, like, I feel like sometimes when you're hooking up, that's why I had to stop hooking up to y'all, because like, it just felt like it was just like an in and out thing, and I just was not liking it. I felt dirty afterwards, and like you said, like, learn my body. I feel like I only could ever experience that with dudes who actually like wanted to get to know me or we were together. So I don't know, but I definitely understand him on that. Let's watch another video though.
All right, so just real quick, I want to speak on something. So I got a comment on Instagram on one of my posts, and I feel like they were trying to like pick on me or like make fun of me. They try to call me out for like being a bottom, right? And I really don't care. I'm a gay man. I'm confident and comfortable in who I am. I have sex with another man. I do things that I'm comfortable with doing in my relationships with other men, and vice versa. So like, literally, I don't know why you're trying to come and make it seem like it's a bad thing to be a bottom, because I'm gonna speak up for all of us gay men. That's what we do. That's what it is. And don't try to make fun of something that's actually natural for somebody else. You feel me? Because I'm just gonna you can miss me with all that really quickly, especially on my platforms. I will honestly, like, if you're specifically on my platform, you'll just get blocked real quick. But yeah, I just really want to speak on that, because, you know, whether I'm bottom, whether I'm top, whether I'm verse, either way, I'm doing what I want.
That was a weird cutoff, but yeah, I definitely agree. But I feel like when it comes to the whole discourse with bottom shaming, I feel like the main dudes who get the most slack is guys who don't look like bottoms. If you don't look like a bottom, you're gonna automatically get like shamed for it because they feel like, damn, dude, you maybe, because some dudes can be like, maybe have probably already seen you naked before, and they can be like, dang, like your peen too big for you to be a bottom, or they can just probably be like, your aura is so masculine. Why are you a
And then those are the best ones on our end, bro. Damn. That's why y'all can't stand them. Because they be taking y'all's niggas in. Y'all be wanting them. And then they don't be wanting y'all. Damn. That's crazy, man.
bottom? Like, that's crazy. And the dudes that be mad be making it seem like they're never going to ever have a chance of sleeping with you. And it's just like, baby, calm down. Like, hold your horses. But yeah, I feel like masculine dudes who are bottoms get the most slack when it comes to this whole bottom shaming thing. Because it's expected for a feminine guy to be a bottom, which is a stereotype, but it's expected for them to come out and say they're a bottom. Because
there's men out here, gay men out here, that find it so offensive when someone like accuses them of being a bottom. Like, why would you care about that? Why would you? That's actually the hardest fucking position to do. I feel like being accused of being a bottom is so slay. I think that's fucking cunt. Like, really, me? Like, you think I can take dick? Like, okay, girl, yes. They get offended about jokes like that. And you know what? To the people that also make jokes like that, you know, I've done it too before. Sometimes I still do it now. But some people do it to actually be offensive. And I'm like, girl, why is that offensive to be a bottom? The way I wish my ass could take 7 to 8 inches of girth. Oh, girl. Like, I literally just saw this one video of this like trade or DL guy getting kind of frustrated because people accused him of being a bottom, and like his friend they didn't accuse of at all, and he was like, why do they always accuse me of it? He was a very pretty boy, really handsome, like really pretty boy. I think he was like Brazilian or something. And you know, I think that was a compliment, because honestly most of the bottoms be the prettiest. Maybe it's like some type of misogyny, I don't fucking know, but being a bottom I feel like is so empowering, because most bottoms I know can take a fucking punch, bitch. Most tops can't. Tops, sissies. The way I wish my ass could take 2 to 3 inches of fingers, bitch, I want to give you box combo. That's what I want to give you, but no, bitch, I give the single strip. I can only take one.
Okay, I do not think that being able to take peen up the butt makes you strong. I do not think it makes you weak either, but I don't think it makes you strong. I think it makes you more dominant to be able to top women and men. That's my opinion, straight up.
Come on, mama. I don't know, I just feel like the gays should really consider being called a bottom as empowering, because I think that's fucking empowering. I wish I could be a bottom, like a full-on bottom, like a power bottom. Girl, I wish I could DP, like, but yeah, being a bottom's empowering. Don't get it twisted, mama. Don't get it twisted.
yeah, it is. And it's an art in itself, child. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of us real men are bottoms because, child, the pain, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. But I promise you, girl, it's another side of that tunnel where it's just like the best feeling in the fucking world. And that's why I see why some men have to go over there and try it out just if they like it. And baby, once they try it and they get, they in there, baby, you in there and you stuck. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to talk about today with this whole bottom shaming thing, and that's my whole take on it. If you feel like I missed out on anything, please be sure to leave your comments down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next.
All right, yeah, he was dope. Yeah, I don't agree with the bottom shaming, but I do know where it comes from. It is obvious now, like, okay, cool. It comes from mostly the bottoms. I didn't realize that, because I was like, tops, we don't bottom shame. The only thing that we do is talk about sluts. Like, we you know, we shame in that direction, but we don't shame just because you bottoming, because that's our, you know what I mean, like, without y'all, what would we be? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah. All right, I'm glad to find that out. I did not really look at it like that. I did not know that because I don't have that perception. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right, I can see that. If you are a bottom and you're feminine, and then you see a dude that's a little more masculine than you, but he's also gay and he seems cool as fuck and all that, you'll think like, oh, okay, this could be like something, but really low key, that's like the nigga that's looking for somebody more like me, you know? So, damn. All right, cool. Well, yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.